Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Muhammad Amirul Safwan bin Hasan, and I am going to talk about a fascinating and essential part of plant biology, which is food and seed development. This is a topic that may seem simple on the surface because we see fruit and seed around us every day. But there are complex and beautiful processes behind their formation, and they also play a crucial role in plant life and human survival. And now let's begin with why study fruits and seeds. Well, it is because they represent the final stage of plant production, the last step in the flower journey, and also the first step in the life of a new plant. They are not only the key to propagation and biodiversity, but they are also central to our food systems. Most of the foods that we eat, such as bread, fruit, nuts, and even oils, come from seed and fruits. So by studying them, we get a deeper understanding of how plants reproduce, how ecosystems remain diverse, and how agriculture is sustained. Next is, what is fruit? A fruit is a one form when the ovary of a flower mature after fertilization. Its main role is to protect the seed inside and to assist in dispersal, whether that's by wind, water, animal, or even human. Think of apple, tomato, and coconut. All of these started as flowers and matured into fruits, each containing the plant's next generation. There are also something called parthenocarpy. It is a special case where a fruit formed without fertilization. This leads the seedless fruit, which are quite popular in the market, such as seedless grape and seedless watermelon. These are usually produced for consumer convenience and are often the result of selective breeding or hormonal treatment. Fruit can be classified to four main types depending on how they develop. There are simple fruits, multiple fruits, aggregate fruits, and accessory fruits. So now let's go through each type of fruit one by one. So first is simple fruits. Simple fruits develop from a single ovary of a single flower. This ovary can be made of one carpel or multiple use carpel. There are two types of simple fruits, which is the first one is fleshy simple fruits. These fruits are juicy and soft at maturity. For berry, like tomato or grape, and grape like mango or coconut, and lastly, pom, like apple or pear. The next types of simple fruit is dry fruits. These fruits dry at maturity and can be either dehiscent, split open to release seed, for example, like pea or poppy. And next is indehiscent. They do not split to open. Example, sunflower, walnut, and corn. Next is aggregate fruits. Aggregate fruits come from a single flower with multiple ovaries. Each ovary becomes a small fruitlet, and all the fruitlets cluster together on a single receptacle. For example, strawberry. The red flesh is a receptacle, and the tiny seeds on the outside are individual fruitlets. The next example is raspberry. Each little bump droplet is a fruitlet, and blackberry similar to raspberry with clustered fruitlets. The third type of fruit was multiple fruits. Multiple fruits are form of a group of flowers called an inflorescence. Each flower has its own ovary, but all the ovaries fuse together to form one large fruit. The example is pineapple, jackfruits, and fig. So in multiple fruits, you are actually eating the combined ovary of many flowers. The last fruit type is accessory fruits. Accessory fruits develop from the part of the flower other than the ovary, such as receptacle, sepal, or petal. The ovary may still be present, but it is not the main edible part. The example is strawberry. The fleshy part is the receptacle, and apple, the part that we eat, develop mostly from the flower, not the ovary. And now, what is seed? The seed is a mature ovule and it's formed after fertilization. Seeds are like the next plant generation, neatly packed with everything it needs to start a new life. They are capable of surviving harsh conditions by entering a dormant state and springing back to life when the environment is right. So, inside the seed, you will find several key parts. The first one is the embryo. This is the tiny baby plant which will grow into the shoot and root. Next is the cotyledons, also known as seed leaves. These either store fruits as in dicots like beans or in the monocone like corn. The seed coat or testa is a tough layer that protects the seed. The endosperm is a tissue that stores fruits in many seeds, especially monocots. And the last one is micropyle. It is a tiny hole that allows water enter during germination. The development of seed goes through several stages. First is pollination, where pollen from the male part of a flower reach the female stigma. Then comes fertilization, when the male and female gametes fuse their zygotes develop into embryo. The ovule becomes a seed and the ovary becomes a fruit. The seed matures and dry, entering a dormant stage, and finally the seed is dispersed, ready to start somewhere else. Seeds are perfectly designed to wait sometimes for months, even years, until they find the right place and condition to grow. And now let's talk about types of germination. The moment when a seed wakes up and starts to grow, we can see two main types of germination. First is apical germination, where the cotyledons are pushed above the soil. We often see this in beans and sunflower. The next germination is hypogel, where the cotyledons stay below the soil, like in maize peas and mangoes. This difference affects how the young plant accesses nutrients during its early growth. For a seed to germinate, it needs four main conditions. First is water to activate enzymes and softens the seed coat. Next is oxygen for energy production through respiration. And then temperature, suitable one for enzyme activity. And in some cases, light which requires certain seed to begin its growth. Without light, even a healthy seed may remain dormant. In conclusion, food and seed are not just the end of one life cycle. They are the beginning of the next. The fruit protects the seed and help it disperse. The seeds contain the future, a new plant with everything it needs to grow together. They ensure that plant can survive, spread, and evolve, and they play a vital role in agriculture, biodiversity, and human nutrition. Understanding how they develop helps us appreciate the incredible life cycle of flowering plant and the biology behind the fruit and seed we encounter and eat every day. I think that's all from me. Thank you.